Hi guys, today I want to briefly talk about the 40 volt Kobalt brushless battery powered chainsaw. I've been using it for about a year around the wood yard, and I just want to tell you what I think about it, what's good about it, what's bad about it. It boasts to provide up to 140 cuts of 4x4 wood with a fully charged 4.0 battery. So that is actually with the higher power, longer lasting battery. So I have the lithium ion extended run battery that actually came with the saw. Has a nice little button right there so you can check the battery life at any time. Came with the charger. All in all, I think I paid about $125 for this saw. It was on sale. If after the review you're interested in this saw, I'm going to put a link down in the description. But I want to try to be realistic with you about what to expect from a saw like this, okay? So I'm going to give you a real quick kind of synopsis of what I think of the saw. That way, if you're in the department store right now and you're thinking about buying the saw and you're like, hurry up, man, I need to know, I can give that to you real quick. So this saw is going to be a good saw if you're going to be using it for things like real small trimming. If it's going to be in the hands of like maybe a smaller or younger kid, or maybe like a smaller framed male or smaller framed female or whatever, somebody that doesn't want to pull start something and mess with mixing gases, it's real easy. You just take the battery, turn it the right side, and you click it in, and it's ready to rock and roll. So that is definitely a plus. It's very lightweight. The power is less than to be desired if you're going to be cutting a lot of large stuff. So I really wouldn't honestly recommend it for cutting large logs and stuff like that. I mean, it should be obvious, but this thing isn't going to be able to last very long if you're cutting 4 inches or more around. And if you're cutting a lot of logs, like say you're cutting rounds to split for firewood or something, it's not going to last very long. What this saw does a very good job of is, say if I'm splitting wood or whatever and I got a little small branches and stuff that I need to kind of cut off just to kind of clean up some wood, I can have this hanging out by me and I can pop the battery in, or if it's already in or whatever, and all I got to do is pick it up and just go to work sawing off the little limbs. Also, if you don't use this chainsaw all the time, if you have like a small backyard, you just want to have something that you can kind of trim up some stuff every once in a while, trim some trees. It does a real terrific job of that. It will cut brush, but I would highly recommend getting at least 2 batteries so you can have one on the charger while the other one's going, because I found that it says that you can cut 140 4x4 pieces of wood. I would way more on the conservative side of things. I don't think it would last quite that long unless it's completely fully charged. It's a softwood, all those factors kind of go into this. We've got a lot of oak around here, so it's really hard to say. Oak's it's just a little bit more of a dense wood, and it's a lot harder to go through. So that might be why I kind of see a lot less that you're going to get out of this battery. But like I said, the pros of the saw is it's lightweight. You don't have to mess with gas. It's very easy to use. Get this thing out of the box, you pop the battery in, or charge it and then pop the battery in. Got a little oil tank right here that you fill up with your oil, with your recommended oil, and it's ready to go. It's lightweight and fairly powerful for the size of it, but it's not going to be something that you're going to want to use primarily as your saw for cutting, large chunks of firewood. It's not going to cut through knotty stuff very well. Really dense wood, it's going to have a hard time going through it. It's going to go through it, but the battery just is not going to last very long. If you're going to be cutting a lot of that type stuff, this is not something that you're going to want to depend on at all. It's a good backup saw just to have if you just want to have something extra in case maybe you run out of gas or whatever it might be. Your chainsaw throws a fit or something and it just doesn't want to work, you can pick this up and you have a little extra saw. So now I'm going to dive in a little bit deeper. So when I originally got this saw, I got this saw for my son to start kind of learning how to operate a chainsaw. And because it's lightweight, they're younger kids, they're 14 and 12. It's about the right size for them. Not too heavy. They don't have to worry about asking me, to mix gas, stuff like that. Of course, I'm always around them when they're operating it, but I don't have to start it for them. They can pick it up. They don't have to pull it back to start it. So it's a great learning saw for them. I also kind of kept it in the garage with a full battery. So if I'm at work or something, I'm on a shift, My wife, she just has these random spurts where she needs something done right now. You know, say she wants to cut some brush or something, or she wants to prune a tree. She's got this, it's ready to go. She doesn't have to call me and ask me, what kind of gas do you put in? What kind of oil do I need to put in? Keep the bar lube oil all filled up. I say check that, pop a battery in, and you're ready to rock and roll. I can't really say how this compares to a lot of different battery operated chainsaws. I haven't used a lot of battery operated chainsaws. I would love for someone to do a comparison of, you know, all the different brands that are coming out with their own battery powered chainsaw right now. I'd love to see a side-by-side comparison. I just don't have the means, the money to go buy them all and to use them side by side. I wish I did, because that would be a great video to do. But Kobalt's kind of somewhere in the middle. I mean, it's definitely not your higher end tools, but it's not too bad. I got a lot of other Kobalt. I got a Kobalt table saw and a miter saw. They've been terrific for me, and they weren't, you know, too high. They were mid-range price. And they've lasted me 4 to 5 years with no problems at all. So I'm pretty happy with it. It's a very budget friendly. As I said before earlier, this saw is great to hang out with me in the woodshed, because when I'm splitting wood all the time, I'll find, you know, little branches that have come off, and I just want to clean that up, because I try to when I split firewood, I split for a brick oven, and I split for people who burn in their house. They want the absolute cleanest wood they can get. They want these pretty little pieces of wood, and I get to charge a premium for that, but I got to deliver the best firewood that I can possibly make. And so I don't want a bunch of little stringy branches coming off of my wood, so I keep this next to me while I'm splitting. And once I bring home those rounds or whatever, I got them in a pile. All those little branches, all those little stray branches that I forgot, I can pick this up real quick and I can knock those off in a jiffy. I don't have to worry about wearing out my shoulder starting to saw over and over and again. And it's not really good on those gas-powered saws to start it, cut, stop, start it, cut, stop. So this is really great. When it's off, it's off. When it's on, it's on. So this is really great to just, you know, hang out next to me. Now, I would not depend on this really for brush cutting. I think the gas-powered saw is going to beat it out every time. If you're just doing a little bit every now and again, just trying to keep your yard trimmed up, I think it would be a good saw for that. But if it's something that, you know, either you do professionally, or if you do it, a lot of it, you're doing it all the time, I don't think that this is going to be something that is going to be, it's not going to make you happy. You're not going to be impressed with its performance. If you are doing a little bit of cutting in the backyard or whatever, and you decide that this saw is something you want to do, perhaps you're like a smaller person, you know, or you just, you know, maybe you got up there in age or whatever, and you don't want to carry around a big, heavy gas-powered saw. Maybe you got a shoulder problem, you don't want to pull that thing back. I get that for sure, because I got a lot of problems with my shoulders, and like I said, it is really nice not to have to pull that back. But I do highly recommend, if you're going to be using it quite a bit in your backyard and whatnot, and you still want to go with a battery-powered saw, I would highly recommend getting 2, maybe even 3 of these lithium-ion batteries. It is pretty impressive as far as how far the battery-powered stuff has come. They're only going to last so long, and so it would be good to have one in the charger while you have one in the saw charging, and possibly a backup, because you may find that you run out of battery before this one's charged, especially if you're using it constant. So if you're looking for a saw for the use that I stated earlier, then I would recommend this saw. As I said before, if you want to pick one of these up or see how much it costs right now, I know right now you can get one of these for $134.99 on Amazon. I'll leave a link in the description. That's obviously going to fluctuate. This video might be old before you find it. That might go up, might go down. When I bought this saw, I was looking at the Amazon ratings. I think it's it's over 4.4, I believe. Don't quote me on that. Do your own research, obviously, if you're not satisfied with this video, but I hope it gives you at least kind of an idea of how this saw is going to perform. Anyway, guys, if you're into homesteading stuff, homesteading tools, projects, backyard chickens, I do a lot of do-it-yourself type videos. I do some reviews, but it'll all be farm or agriculture or homestead type reviews, projects. And then I do try to put out a vlog every once in a while, just to kind of show you guys how the farm is doing, gives you guys some tips and tricks that I've learned along the way of this little journey. I hope that this review has helped you in some small way. If it has, I'd love it if you guys would hit the like button. If you'd like to see more of my videos, check out my channel. If it's something that you might be interested in, make sure you hit the subscribe button so you can see when I put out new videos. And that's about all I have for you guys today. Thank you, take care, and be safe, and have a wonderful day.